Whoa! This is the second set, and there's Ramen on Sunday here. That's Ramen.
Yeah,
Sounds exotic. I heard about dry ramen today. My son Nicholas in Los Angeles says that they get dry ramen, which is ramen fixed but without the juice.
Yeah, he loves that.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
don't get it.
Anyway, I don't want to stop you all from having your beautiful improv together.
Okay.
So I'm just gonna fade off into nothingness, and I'll return when you've had a chance to charm anybody with the magic of your son going.
Okay, hey, we're coming to you from Orland,
Orland,
Maine.
Maine.
We are sitting in the front, right off Highway 1 in the front yard.
Route 1.
Oh, yeah. U.S.
Route 1.
U.S. Route 1.
Historic U.S. Route 1.
Yeah, yeah. So we're right outside that, right on it, and in the front yard of an artist. She's fantastic.
She is.
It's called Pajarita
Flora.
Flora. It's up in Orland, Maine, which is just outside Bar Harbor and that whole area. So
Coast. It's called Mid Coast, Maine. I'm sure the
okay, the
Mainers
Mid
are
Coast.
like, duh.
Yeah.
Mid Coast. I learned that from a book.
We're not quite down east, as I understand it.
We're not. No, but there's a lot of down east.
Down east stuff is
around
all
here.
around, so I know we're close to down
It's a bit
east.
of it.
But I don't know.
But we're Mid Coast.
We're mid coast, mid coastal.
We don't know.
Okay, we don't know. We just live in Maine.
We're living in Maine right
We
now.
have no
And currently in someone's front yard.
someone's front yard. Yeah.
That's it.
Yep. And the reason we're in someone's front yard still, by the way, is so my parents got COVID.
The parents got COVID.
We were going to go down and spend some time with them.
Mhm.
This is like the second rendezvous along this journey that we've been on that has been sidetracked by COVID.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
might think that that's not a lot, but we don't make
don't
a
plan
lot
a lot
of
of
social
rendezvous.
rendezvous.
No,
And 2 of them have been sidetracked. by
2
COVID.
out of probably 6.
Okay, yeah, 6. Maybe 6.
Maybe 6.
Maybe 5.
Okay, so we're going to do
Anyway.
improv though.
We're gonna do some.
Yeah, we're gonna do
We're
improv,
ramen on Sunday.
Ramen
I'm
on Sunday.
Falky.
I'm Steve. So I'm going to use this app, this whatever this app is, and I'm going to hit this. So right now it says Father Go Great. We're not doing that.
No.
So I'm going to hit this
Mix
button,
it up. Mix it
and
up.
what does it
Mix
say?
it up.
Slink View Program.
Program.
Slink View Program.
Slink
Okay.
View Program.
All right.
Okay. Thank you, Slink View Program.
Yeah. Or if I could reach over and turn the light off, we could have a
When the lights come up,
and turn the camera off. Okay.
fuck.
What? 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 What?
Worm. Fuck worm. Worm virus. Worm.
What?
I think it's
shut
a
it
worm.
down. Just shut it down.
I know. I
shut
don't
it down.
No, what?
Shut it.
Control.
Worm virus.
I think so.
Isn't a wait a minute. Isn't a worm a virus?
A worm is a virus. I mean, a worm is
Isn't
a worm, but
is
it's
a
a
worm?
virus. But did you? You didn't see it. It was all over my screen. And,
That did that root.
oh my god!
Okay. Important project, possibly ruined in the past.
And in the future.
Well, it's in the past. We can recreate it. It's in the past.
I must have let my tunnel bear and my Avast go. You know, the subscriptions.
How do you not notice that?
I missed the new moon recently too. I don't know.
You've been off.
I'm distracted.
You've been off late.
I'm distracted. Oh.
Charlene, you've been off. What's distracting you?
Meteor shower.
Meteor shower.
I've been thinking a
That
lot
was-
about that.
Well, that's just a natural phenomenon that
Well, I know. I know it's a natural phenomenon. It happens, every year, however often. But what if one of them, I don't know, I just keep thinking about one of them like shooting off from the rest and going off on its own and like hitting Earth instead of just shooting by, and instead of having a shooting
What are you
star, we
try-
have like an extinction event.
an extinction event.
Yeah, like the dinosaurs, an extinction event.
That's what's making you off. That can't be. That cannot. That literally, if that is the reason, an extinction event.
Possible. It's possible.
A lot of things are possible, but is that what you're focused on? Does that truly give you? I'm gonna have to backtrack a little bit. I don't want to. It sounds absurd to me, but it's very real to you,
Thank you,
Charlene.
Albert. Thank you. Thank you. You could have just really completely blown me off just now.
I know.
And instead you just
It was my first instinct to do that. Fortunately, the training that HR forces us to go to apparently works on some level. I became more, what do you call that? When you're
sensitive.
in tune, sensitive?
It was sensitivity training, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know. I can't keep track of what they send us to. So I became more sensitive to your, without actually being sensitive, I might say.
So you don't really feel sensitive.
I don't
to
feel
what
it.
I feel.
No,
You
but I
just-
knew to do it. That's a suitable substitute. Anyway. What is there anything I do to help? I can't
No, it's
Um,
just
I haven't seen any scientists coming out and saying there's going to be an extinction event
they're not gonna
from
know.
the Perseids or however you say it.
They're not gonna know. I mean, the disaster movies where they show people knowing, they're not gonna know.
What do you mean they're not going to know?
It's just gonna come out of nowhere.
The extinction event is just going to happen.
It's gonna come out of. Do you think the dinosaurs knew? The dinosaurs
Well, the
didn't know.
dinosaurs didn't have computers and scientists and stuff.
No, that's just extra padding. I'm not gonna know. It's just gonna happen. We're gonna be out there watching, or I am, out on my balcony, watching the meteors, thinking falling star, making a wish, and then extinction event.
Does it happen like that? I mean, let's say that it does. One of them does break off and hit the. Is that just immediate extinction, or does it just knock the Earth off course and then 3 years later?
Well, I mean, if it could hit me, it could.
Oh, it hit you, but that's your death, not extinction event.
That's my extinction. And in my mind, it's like a crater, and then the whole world dies.
But that's no. So
I don't know,
huh.
Albert. I don't know. All I know is it's been on my mind. Now I have a worm in my
It's
computer.
over here.
My project is dead. I know. And you're being sensitive. And what does that say? That says that things are changing. And what the hell? What kind of world is this? It doesn't stay the same.
What kind of world is it that doesn't stay the same? What kind of world does stay the same? Okay. If we look at like historically, we can point to things that happen and then just keep happening. So in that regard, like people don't respect science. They've never respected science. I'm not saying you don't respect science. It just first thing that popped into my head was talking about extinction event. It's like people have never respected science. not everybody, but I mean, there's a certain, you know, and it's because science is always changing,
Yeah.
right?
Okay.
And that's
Yeah.
their claim, that science is always changing, and of course it is, because as you get more knowledge, then you figure more things out, and you find out that stuff you figured out before ain't, you know, isn't really true, but this is more likely true.
Yeah. Right.
Science is all about
Change.
probabilities, right? It's not about absolutes. There's certain things we assume are absolutes, but who knows? Maybe those will change.
I prefer that they don't.
But people throughout the ages have acted the same way. So in that, you know, you're right. It's weird that things are changing, but at the same time,
You're saying that change is normal, that everything's changing.
yeah, just because I become more sensitive because I went to sensitivity training, that doesn't signal it.
Great catastrophe.
No.
It could though.
Well,
The
anything
meteor
could.
shower is happening right now. You become sensitive. I get a worm. You know, I mean, it's just the signs.
How do you even get the worm? How do you even get the worm? That computer does not connect to the internet.
I don't know how I get a worm. I just know that the thing went from and I was like, it's a worm. It's a worm virus. It's a worm. They must have hacked through the not internet, through the
That
feather world or whatever they call it
Okay.
nowadays. I don't even
doesn't
know.
matter. It's just something that popped into my head.
I hear you.
We got to get you back on your game. I can't run this company without you.
I know.
You're the brains. You're the art. You're the artist.
I'm
I
the
mean,
creative
the
genius.
creative genius. That's. I know you don't like to be called artist.
Right. Artists are flighty.
Yeah.
And
No. You got you write the
have the
things that
juice.
make things happen.
Oh,
And I market the things that make things happen.
you are so good at that.
I'm real good at it, but I don't know. I don't know.
You know how they say that sometimes we get stuck on the bigger things
The bigger things.
when it's really a small, like a thing that's closer to home.
Yeah, no, I don't know.
Don't.
Sometimes you get stuck on the bigger things when really it's a thing closer to home.
Yeah, like maybe it's not an extinction event and a meteor shower.
Yeah.
And it's not even signs of universal change that I got a virus and you got
Right.
sensitivity training. Maybe I'm off. Maybe I'm just off. Maybe I'm just off because I'm discontent.
You're discontented.
Discontent.
Discontented, right? You suffer from discontent.
I feel discontent.
Okay, you feel some
See, I would think that I feel discontented.
Is there discontentment?
I think there's discontentedness.
Okay.
I'm discontent.
So you're discontented.
I'm discontent.
You're not happy.
I am unhappy AF. I'm so unhappy.
Okay. That I can't. I mean, essentially, I'm in charge of your happiness.
Yeah.
So.
Here.
Yeah. That's my job, to keep you happy and productive and rolling. And even if you come up with extinction events and you get worms on the computer, that just adds to, you know, the mystique that makes people love your writing. And there's a certain level of discontentment, discontentedness.
I think it's discontentedness.
There's a certain level of that I can allow through, obviously, because you need that to continue to people relate well to discontentedness too. So it's good to have that.
I don't know.
But I
Really think that
if it's affecting your work negatively,
it's affecting
your production
my channel.
negatively, there,
you
your
know,
channel.
My channel.
That's it, your
is-
channel. So
is
it's affecting your
negatively
production.
impacted.
And we have the worm-ridden book due next. Well, within the next 10 days or so.
Um, it's due on September 12th.
September 12th.
So a little longer.
That's about 3 weeks.
Yeah. I
Or is it
just
4 weeks? No, it's 3.
it's
No,
3
3.5.
weeks.
About 3.5 weeks.
Today's the 20th.
20th, so 30th is 11 days left in August. And then the
I don't
12th,
think I
so that's
want to write
23.
anymore.
What?
Oh, Albert, I didn't mean to throw it out there quite like that. I just it just came out. I just
Like when
what?
when Pittman Publishing signed you and assigned me to you,
Yeah.
you signed a 10-year contract.
I know I did. I was real passionate at that moment.
That was only 2 years ago.
I was so passionate 2 years ago. I had the channel. The channel was open.
Okay.
I
This
don't
is what
wanna-
I'm here for. Okay.
I don't want to be like creating problems.
Well, you're an artist. You create problems. It's by nature. That's why they assign everybody has.
You're like a handler.
They call us handlers, but we're not. We're advisors, as you know.
Yeah.
They do call us handlers.
It makes me feel like either a spy or
Right, like burn notice. Oh, he was after burn notice. He was already burned. Burn notice.
burn notice.
Yeah, so he wasn't a spy anymore.
No.
But anyway, previous to the show, like they did a prequel. Was it prequel or prequel?
I say prequel.
I always want to say prequel.
Well, you hyper pronounce things.
I hyper pronounce things.
You do. You hyper pronounce things like that. Pronounce things. Whereas I allow things to just sort of flutter around.
If they did a prequel to Burn Notice, then Jeffrey Donovan's character would be a spy.
And he would have had a handler.
And he would have had a handler. Yeah.
Right. So either I'm a spy.
You're not a spy.
Or I'm an attack dog.
No, you're not. Or you're an artist who needs guidance. So that's what I'm here for. Bounty. So right now, what have we determined? You think you have a worm.
I'm certain that that's what I mean. What else explains it?
Okay.
There's a squiggle on the program.
Okay. Well, that might not be doing any damage to your computer.
Okay. So I think
A lot of times those are planted to make you call a number, and then they get into your computer and steal stuff.
So it's a hack. That's a hack. That's like a hack.
Well, any kind of stuff, any kind of stuff that goes on there is a hack.
Oh.
Yeah, you got hacked. That's right. If you even saw that, if that was even that. I mean, I'm not saying I don't believe you, but it's yet to be, we have to see. It could have been just something weird that Word did, I don't even know
Okay.
why we use Word.
I don't even know why we use Word. I liked Word Perfect a lot better.
Oh, Word Perfect was so cool. I had Word
So
Star
nice.
back in the day. Did you
I
ever have
think I
Word
tried
Star?
Word Star
Yeah.
once. Yeah.
Yeah.
back in the
I
day.
actually used Word Star more than Word Perfect because I could afford Word Star. Couldn't afford Word Perfect.
Oh, you had to buy. Oh.
Yeah, I'm
yeah.
not a software thief.
Oh.
Yeah.
Anyway, advising,
Okay.
handling. I'm discontentedness.
So we have, okay, so just to look at where we are, we have a book due that we're going to have to possibly rewrite,
Oh,
but we don't know. We don't know yet. So, but it's
September 12th.
September 12th,
Mm,
3 weeks and 2 days,
mm,
I think we determined.
mm,
And you,
mm. Discontent.
yeah, it wasn't finished, right? The book wasn't finished.
No.
No,
No.
because the last time I saw it, it was like 150 out of
Yes.
325 pages.
About
So.
that, yeah. 150. I might have deleted some.
You might have deleted some.
I didn't really like the way the last couple 50 or
You
75
don't have to
pages were
like it.
going.
You don't have to like it. There's nothing in your contract that says you have to like what you write. You just have to write what sells. People want to buy your stuff. They're waiting for the next one. You're kind of a big deal.
But if it's not, it just wasn't, it's not.
It's not, it
Like
wasn't.
the channel just, it's like what was written wasn't channeled, and so it felt very stodgy, and so I
I
just sort of
read what was written. It was brilliant. Why?
It didn't feel right.
I understand. We're our own worst critics. I get that.
Well, I wasn't criticizing me. I mean, I wasn't self-criticizing. I was just the writing that didn't feel.
It didn't
right.
feel
So
right. It didn't feel right. Even though you wrote it, it just didn't feel
just
right.
Felt, you know, the part where Gabe and Mortimer come together. That part,
Yeah,
right
where they had the swords.
where they had the sword.
That was a stunning. And Mortimer's was a wooden sword. Gabe was a full metal sword.
Yes, yes. And there was that build. It was like build, build,
Yeah,
build,
yeah,
build,
yeah.
build, and we got. And I was like,
That was brilliant. It was I was on the edge of my seat reading that, and I'm literally never on the edge of my seat reading anything.
well,
I had
that's
such
nice.
high hopes for this book. Are you saying you took that out? That was some of the best stuff you've written.
But I was just thinking that like Gabe wouldn't go at Mortimer with a metal sword.
No, I know.
When Mortimer had a wood sword, that would not happen. Gabe loved Mortimer. I mean, he hadn't said so. It doesn't say that, but he does. I just know that there's like a love there, and it wasn't showing. And I was just like, well, fuck it.
Okay.
Delete.
Okay.
Delete. Delete.
No, look,
Albert, I'm sorry.
Charlene, this isn't your fault. I've been through this with, you had a bestseller right out of the gate. That's tough for a young writer because now you feel like I gotta do better than the last one.
I gotta hold on to the truth though, too. I gotta do better. Hold on to the truth. You're saying it doesn't matter if I like it, but if I don't like it, then what am I putting it out there for?
Well, because you've got a contract that says you have a book due on September 12th. That's why if you didn't want to make money in this business, you didn't have to sign the contract or take the big money from Pittman Publishing.
I was inspired and excited 2 years ago.
Well, of course you
Pittman
were.
is so big.
Yes, it's huge,
so
international.
Big. And I just I wish I'd had a handler then, because the handler might have said, chill, baby, chill.
I thought maybe Ed would have done that, but he didn't.
My dad You go do you, honey. You do whatever you want to do, honey.
Well, that's nice, supportive dad, but
He's super supportive. He's not very good at advice.
okay. So eventually we're gonna have to open up this computer to see what's going on with it.
Worm virus.
It's probably not a worm virus. It really is probably not. It's probably that little thing that's been going around, a little jokey thing. Remember, HR told us about that.
Yeah, right after sensitivity training.
Yeah.
Why don't you write the book?
Why don't I write?
You write the book. You
I-
like Gabe and Mortimer.
I like Gabe. Yeah, of course, they're great. They're the most real characters you've ever written. I mean, Mortimer is like an older guy who's sort of past his prime, but not quite. Still knows he has a lot left to give to the world, but he didn't really appreciate himself in his previous career as an executive. Fortune 500. Which company was it? GE?
Yeah, he was GE.
So he didn't appreciate all that. He wanted to be more at one with the universe and the world. So he gets out and into nature. And then Gabe, he happens upon Gabe, who's his next door neighbor, I mean, 7-8 miles away, but
See?
they find this oneness because Gabe has always been part of nature and Mortimer is trying to become part of nature.
See? You get it. You get them. And you even got the whole sword duel thing and how that happened. I didn't get it. I don't get it. That's why I deleted it. You got it.
I don't know. I'd have to have a lot of help for you to write it for sure. I mean, I've always wanted to be a writer. Obviously, that's why I put myself in this job so I could.
You put yourself in a shadow career.
A shadow career.
That's what Julia Cameron calls it. It's a shadow career. You're an artist. You know you're an artist, but your baby artist was pummeled when you were little. It was pummeled, and you were told you can't be an artist and succeed, and you should go into business, and blah blah blah. And you grew up to be a handler.
Yeah.
Living art adjacent.
Yeah.
Writing adjacent.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
You write the book. I'll make the comment.
Bam, 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 bam.
Xander was aggressive there.
I appreciate it. I appreciate that.
There was you're paying attention, dude. So that's Xander in the background, guys. Thank you, Xander. Yay, Tarek. Thank you. Oh dang, he says it. We're hearing voices. We're hearing voices, guys. Thank you. Thank you, lovely Ramen on Sunday, Steve and Falky.
Thank you, Nikki. And Xander, who nobody can hear.
That was sneaky. I had no idea that you couldn't hear him. I think that's the first time that he sort of tricked me into that. Okay, well, listen, guys, they will be back in 1 month, right? And they'll have more on their adventures in Maine. I'm sure we're going to hear some other amazing stuff. And I'll be back next week, and we'll just see you then. Same time, same station. Bye.